Luna. She's like, but I want to go into the air conditioner.
She really does. She really goes through the air conditioner.
You can take her leash off. It's fine.
She's gonna walk away.
It's fine.
It is warm out. Come here, Luna. Come on, go.
Hi, guys. Hi, Lee. Say hi, Lee. It's Rusty and Dusty. Hi, Eric. Hello, hello.
Here, Luna.
So, you know, me and my sunsets, but the clouds are kind of covering right now. Check it out. So Luna's doing good, guys. I watched her eat dinner, and she's like a different dog. Don't jump. She wants to jump. Go inside in the AC, Mama.
I'm gonna show. Well, she wants to go potty.
She could go to the front yard.
She needs to know where the stairs are.
I got her up them the other day.
Wow, that stuff's in the way of that.
Yeah, Michael's gonna build the deck.
Come here, Luna. I'll get you
Want to go downstairs?
There we go.
And there's Loretta.
There you go.
That's seniors. There you go. And there's Athena, the grouchy girl. Hey, everybody. If you've got nothing else to do, come hang out. Check out that sunset. Right now, it's being hidden by a cloud. But I wanted to give a Luna update. She's home. She's doing good. They pulled some teeth out that were really hurting her, and fixed a couple of pus pockets that were in her mouth. So she's not in pain anymore like she was. Hey, guys. So she's doing good. She's in better spirits. She's even moving faster. If they're done eating, you can put them together, but only if their bowls are empty. I see food in that bowl, you can grab it, because they fight over it. It's been a while. It's been a while. You can put them back together. Just take the food. And I gave her a lot, and she ate it. Yeah. Hi, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me. What's up? Hey. Sunday night. Oh, some garbage out here. Sunday night, if you got nothing else to do, come hang out. I want to actually do kind of like a sunset tour of the property. I even asked Rob to grab the gator so that way we can drive up, because I always talk about Pittsky Park. And we always go to the dog park, but we never talk about what's beyond that. And I thought it might be a good time to talk about what's beyond that. And, you know, the reason I'm not rescuing right now, and where H3 is going in the future. So, yeah. She's doing good. First a Luna update. So no more like moving her head to the side like crazy, like she was before. And when she was eating, it took her, but none of the head tilt that she had.
Yeah,
none of
that's
that.
all gone.
That's all gone. Hi, Lori. Yeah, she's doing so good. I'm so happy for her. Hello, Diane. Hello. All right, so here we are, after hours. Annabelle and Star and everybody's gone home. And it's me, Rob's on the property, one of my kids, the other one, he never comes home. And a whole lot of huskies. So this has become, I don't know if you've seen, we've got to do it live sometime. We'll do it live sometime. But this has become a new dog park. We've set up a new dog park over here because we've got these groups here that don't get out to the dog park, including the guys that were in quarantine. So we've enclosed this entire area so we can actually open the doors to quarantine and just let them run all through. They even get to go through the long sidewalk stretch there in front of the property. So this is Voldemort and his best buddy. This is literally the only dog on the planet that Voldemort won't try to kill. And I swear, these two are, they're a pair that's just not, it just doesn't make sense. Voldemort will literally, I mean, he won't let Wolf near his food. He protects his food and he'll protect his toys. And if they were living in a home together, he would probably not allow him in the bed or, you know, in closed spaces, or he would try anyway. But when it comes to actual living together and playing, this is the only guy that he will tolerate and not try to hurt. Wolf just loves him. They're silly boys. Could watch them all day. You guys are freaking cute. You are. Hi, wolves. Boops. Nose boop. And Voldemort. Hi, boys. Neo. There's that sass. Neo. Be nice. Hey, V. Hello. Voldemort and wolves. All right, so on with the tour. Those gates were already locked up, so I can't really give you much. But if you haven't seen that side, that is our meet and greet yard. We bring our families in here to meet different dogs. On the other side, the team can come in and park. And those tiny homes over there are all filled with dogs. And then we had a concrete pad put down over there because I want to put 2 more tiny homes over there. So each tiny home gets about six huskies. So I'm hoping to get the 2 tiny homes up soon because that will bring 12 dogs out of the big kennel, giving us, you know, a little less chaos. Things are going well, but I still want less chaos. What's up, guys? It is still hot as heck. Here it's like 90 degrees still. It's really hot. Noah is doing great with Ava. They had fun with Alicia all week. All week long. Who's been hiding garbage under here, huh? You, Rusty? There's a water bottle and some plastic. Let me get it.
How is the windsail out there?
They got a hold of it the next day.
Oh, no.
But Star was able to fix it. Excuse me.
Are the dogs using it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. It's especially when they need to get out there and potty and it's too hot. So we got Loretta and Dusty. Dusty's birthday is tomorrow. So he'll be 11. Yep.
That means Lotus is not far behind.
Yep. December. Little Luna.
Ready to go in? You can let it go in.
Yeah, she can go in. Here, put this in the garbage for me, please. And then let's go get on the gator and go up to Pitsky Park. Lots of wrestling going on over there. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. It's my favorite time of day. There's that sun. Can't wait until that's gone. That's high on Michael's list. We're going to junk it. Junk it. Don't need it anymore, huh, Dusty? Huh. There's Marley. Let's see. Yep, Rob's here too, Becky. There's Marley. There's Biddy hanging out. They have to be separated. Marley, I mean, he's good with other dogs, but he can be a jerk. So he can't be with the Huskies, unfortunately. So waiting on Rob. I would drive that thing myself, but I don't even know how. I haven't ever tried. What's going on in here? Shall we see? Shall we see? Come on. Oh, hey, Neo. Are we going to go up to Pittsky Park?
Yeah, let's go to the gator.
Okay. I'll meet you over there.
Okay.
Cool. All right, let's go, guys. Okay, so I talk a lot about Pittsky Park, but we don't show it because there wasn't a lot of, up until now, it was a lot of talk and not a lot of action. So, finally got some action going on, and I want to show the people that have pitched in so far to sponsor this. And there's like 22 of you now that have jumped in to help build this piece of Husky Halfway House, which I'm calling Pittsky Park. It's got to be a separate entity, separate space, separate everything to keep the liability down off the Huskies. But all roads lead to the rescue, so it's here to bring awareness to what we're doing, because we're just a property full of Huskies buried in a lake. And how I've only got social media to figure out how to get people here to adopt my dogs. So when I thought a dog park cafe was going to do it, and I realized that wasn't going to happen, and then I discovered USA BMX. And the reason I chose USA BMX is because it's a nationally organized sport. It's already set up. It's all under one umbrella. Every state has a USA BMX track, and there's every state gets traffic. It's got its own community, and then people travel all over. Stop here for a sec. Travel all over to go to the races. So I thought, well, I've got this amazing piece of property over here, and am I crazy to think that I might be able to put a USA BMX track on this property? And apparently not, because USA BMX was really excited about it too. So excited that we have already signed the contracts. I have already been sanctioned as a track operator, so we are ready to go. All I have to do now is build it. But the issue there is, will you move up towards the top? The issue with building it is, I needed to do this first, right? We had to take care of the Huskies first. And then, of course, I'm not rich. I've already spent all my money. So I had to figure out how to raise some money. So if we can I can get that sunset just over this tree line. All right, stop right here. Okay, so when I originally bought this property, it's actually two separate parcels. The parcel that has the house on it, the vet house, and then this parcel is where the Husky Rescue is. And then this, I'm going to be cutting off and turning this all into Pittsky Park. So all this will be, and then there's 4 acres beyond there. Can you?
Yeah.
So this is before we go. Well, actually, we can drive around too. Will you be able to? No, because there's a creek there.
Yeah, there's a creek.
You won't be able to get in there.
Used to be able to cross here, but they've got the trees.
So anyway, you'll be able to see it once we get to the top, but this is where we're going to build the USA BMX track. So, and all these trees will be cleared out, and then, the view will be of the dog park. So let's go that way. So I originally had bought this house for me and my kids to live and retire in, and I was going to build a rescue, and I was going to build a dog park cafe, a dog park around that tree and a cafe up here. And then I realized that I was going to starve if I tried to do that in this town. So that's why, bringing the nation here makes sense. Oh, can you? I don't want to get stuck and have to bring out the tractor and make it all a drama,
Looks like they've been crossing.
Oh, before you do, can you run up to before we do this, can run up to the shipping containers real quick, because it's really important. I want to tell you, before we go over to Pitsky Park, I want to tell you about these shipping containers. So these shipping containers, we bought them when I bought the property. So they're mine. I don't owe anything on them. They've been sitting here. And I think that we should turn them into the thrift shop. The thrift shop that we have not been able to get going. The thrift shop that's been we've been sitting on a few $100,000 worth of somebody's life savings and merchandise. And, shipping containers are all the rage right now, right? So I've got 2 of them. How many feet are these? What is this?
They're 40 foot long.
40 foot. So I already talked to Michael, and he said that he could renovate them, and Jimmy could do the bigger stuff. So we've got 2, and I want to put them in an L shape and turn this into the thrift shop. So I want to cut the entire wall off and make it all open. And here in a minute, I'm going to show you where I want to do it. We had originally had Jackie's Closet over there. And, it's hard to get people down here. There's no traffic. Like, there's no, when it comes to running a business, there's nothing more important than location. Excuse all the garbage. This is all the garbage that I found laying around over in this area here that I hired Mike to maintain. That's where he was throwing it all. So yeah, anyway, these are the shipping containers. I wanted to show you that they are actually real. Like, oh my gosh, that's not just a dream. Like, I'm literally freaking doing this. So I've got 2 of them. So imagine them, I've got some ideas in my mind on how I want them. Obviously the metal is my favorite thing about them, but I'm going to gut them completely, cut off the walls, and it'll have a back wall. But look how much, so I'm going to have Cameo's art all over the back of these containers. And one of these containers will be literally up on the highway, facing the highway, which is where I'm going to show you next.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go now. So anyway, next, I've been bugging everybody about more sponsors. The first set of sponsors, I'm going to show you what I did with the money. A lot of it I put towards cutting down this tree line, but most of it went up to the septic tank. So we've got the shipping containers. They're 40 foot. I haven't measured out. Tyler, the concrete guy, will be out here on Monday to start measuring out, and he's going to put a concrete pad down for the thrift shop. Now, the reason I'm prioritizing this over like the asphalt and stuff that we need is because we can make immediate money if I get the thrift shop open. And at the same time, Michael said he would work with me and that this would be a paying job, that he could help me renovate them and get them going. I've already got everything I need to do it legally. So, all right, check it out. So this is my highway frontage. And this right here will be where all will be a USA BMX track. So go up to the highway, and I won't have anything else on this parcel of property, nothing except drainage, nice and fluid, nice land, level land, not like this. Oh shit, my God. And then the USA BMX track. Everything else, everything retail, everything that's not the USA BMX track itself will be on that piece of property over there. So I'll show you when we get over there. Should be able to get up and drive that way, right? All right, so there's the OG sign, guys. Look. The OG sign. When I bought this property, it already had this sign on it, and the guy had a storage facility, so I took the sign down and had that one done. So this is my highway frontage, and check this out. This is the VFW. Just over that hill, stop here for a second. Just over that hill is the lake. You've got to cross a bridge to get onto you've got to cross the bridge, cross the lake to get over here. And then over here is the VFW and, of course, the Sunset. So this is, VFW. This is the fairgrounds, the McIntosh County Fairgrounds. So the rodeo club where they do all their, the county fairgrounds. So this is what I've been working on right now. So this is headquarters and all of the retail space, everything that's going to pay for my Huskies' rents and utilities, and everything is going to pay for them is going to be on this piece of property right here. So you can see it's all highway frontage right across from the fairgrounds. So the location could not be been better anywhere. Even, USA BMX is super excited about it. So here we're going to have an entrance into the back space. You could drive back there? Yeah. And that's where we're going to build the RV park. So USA BMX, these kids travel from all over the country. My own does. All over the country in their RVs, and they camp all weekends. It's a 3-day event. And these kids will be able to camp. I'm going to build a big RV park back here. So excuse the burnt up race car. Big RV park back here. I've got to fill in the ponds, and we'll be able to camp. And then if you could turn around. So this is what I spent the first round of money on. This is a massive concrete septic tank that has a DEQ permit that's going to allow me to turn that into a restaurant. So I'm not going to take you up there just yet because I've got one more phase. This is where I used to live. I had to move out of here when I kicked Mike and Melissa out because, yeah, turn that off. It's like going into my throat. So I had to move out of here when I kicked Mike and Melissa out. So it was a good time to get this place started. So at the same time that I build the thrift shop, I want to build this out. Like I said, this was the first thing I needed to do to make this whole thing legal to be a restaurant. And I mean, what better, or a cafe, it's not going to be a full restaurant, but what better place to do it than this piece of highway frontage property? Right over here is going to be the public bathrooms. So that's the next thing I need to do after I finish the coffee shop, because I can be open with what I've got. And this can be, up front will be headquarters for USA BMX. The house will be split into 4 different things. So let's go to the front and I can show everybody where we're going to put the thrift shop. So again, this is what I spent the first round of Founders money on. It is the DEQ permitted tank I needed to be a legal to the health department restaurant, cafe. So this is all coming down. This is where we're going to put Mandy's home. She'll live back here. And then also I'm going to build a bike shop back here. Don't get us stuck. But
That would be stuff.
all this is a creek. So all this I'm going to rainscape and keep for drainage. But everything back there is going to be RV. And then there's an actual clearing through there. I don't know if you can make it over there, but let's go over here first and then we can go back that way. So right here all this will be an asphalt parking lot. All this where the fence line, all asphalt parking lot, and right here will be a public bathroom. And then over here, so the kids will park, their racetrack will be over there. I've got a creek there, so we'll put a little bridge. But the kids will come up here, check in for their races, and, they'll be able to get a lemonade. Remember, we're going to do Snow Nose lemonade. They're going to be able to get coffee. They're going to be able to buy a grilled cheese sandwich because, they went to school all day and now they're going to come and race. And they're going to be able to watch the sunset because most of these events happen in the evenings, just right around this time. These kids, like my own kid goes to Tulsa and he does it's like a practice at 7 p.m. and then there's a race at 8:30. Okay, stop right here. All right, guys. So this is the front. Let me get up and walk around. So this is the house I'm moving out of. But I love the design for what I want to do with it. The lower windows will make great serving windows. So I'm going to get rid of all this. Just excuse all the mess. But these windows right here, this is going to be Pizzichi Brew. So this side, and again, I'm not going to take you in because I want to surprise you on the next phase. Let me get everything out of there first, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. This side of the house is going to be Pitsky Brew. It's the living room, the dining room, the kitchen. All of it will be knocked out, and I'll have a legal kitchen. On the back is a fireplace that I want to turn into a pizza oven, and it'll be Pitsky Pizza. Right here will be USA BMX. So I want to put all decoration here, about USA BMX. So that, like I said, these kids will come in and they'll check in here. Usually, like when Sebastian goes to a race, he checks into, steps up or even waits in line and steps up at a shipping container, a mobile shipping container where they've got a computer set up and, they check everybody in. The USA BMX tracks are ran on government property, city parks and things like that. So that's why, this is so unique to be able to have these services here while these kids are checking in. So they'll check in right here, and then their moms will come over here and get a coffee, guys, and that's going to the Huskies. Then back here is going to be Snow Nose Lemonade. So this will be the lemonade shop, and we want to do all frozen drinks. I want to do natural drinks because, I've been to these races like these 3 days in a row, and these kids are camping, and then they've got to get up, and there's really nothing for them to really fuel themselves without, it being packed up and in a cooler, or they have to drive 5 miles to get there. These kids are going to be able to come here, get some fresh squeezed juice, all the frozen drinks, excuse all the mess. Rob likes to collect cars and put them on my property. But maybe there might be a better way. And then I can show you some more tear up they did to my property over here when they put the septic. Let me go around this way. So, and before I leave and go to the back, and if anybody has a better opinion of this, you let me know. But this is the property setup. And this right here is where I want to put one of those shipping containers. And then I want to put the other one right here. So if we're stepping back, and look at it's nonstop traffic during the day. It's not so busy that I've got to have to put like a whole turn lane in, but highway frontage here, this would be a shipping container there. And then by next week, I'm going to be, the concrete guy's going to be here. So I need to make a decision. So I need he can do that too, but 40 foot. So one here and then one there. And then I've got that whole back side of that shipping container as a sign. I can put the mural up and then people drive by. It'll make great signage. And then I want all the 2 shipping containers in an L shape and have them open. So we'll gut the fronts and put a deck between it.
You could put this one here, you could put on that side of the pole and then L shape it.
Yep.
Out there.
Is that 40 foot? Because I think the property line ends on the white fence.
Yeah, you got to stop at the white fence, but you don't have to stop at this fence. You could have the shipping container over on that side and then have the other shipping container.
Oh, right. Yeah, the fence is coming down anyway, right? Yeah, I see that because and we've got to check the property line on the highway, but the closer it is, the more they can see when they're driving by.
I think it would fit between the light pole or the utility pole and the tree. One of them would fit there.
And then I've got electric right there we can connect to.
Right. The other one can just come this way from it.
So next week, Tyler will be here. Then I've got another 5 founders. That money sitting in the bank account, that's going to go to Tyler. I'm going to have him put the concrete down and get those shipping container moved over here. And at the same time, I'm going to start gutting the house. So fingers crossed, guys. I really want to get it done. I'd love to have the shipping container thrift shop done, and I don't have a name for it yet. It's not going to be Jackie's Closet. It'll be something else. But Pitsky Brew at least underway, where at least we're doing something, whether it's, about to open. I really want to be progress by the end of the year. So, yeah, I haven't been checking questions because I've been talking. But we were going to go around to that side real quick.
Around to the other property. Where are we going?
Charles, Ruby, she's such a grouchy girl. Go that way. She's such a grouchy girl. I think she's probably going to end up living with us. She is content. She's got Star all day long. All right, so this is what they, they dug all this up. They connected the DEQ tank to the house tank. And so that way from the house, it'll run into here and then down and then be able to handle the mass amount of people that would, that are going to be here. So this is going to be when Rob gets all his stuff. Storage for the thrift shop. And then all this can be...
Could be the bike shop.
Could be. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of far. Maybe not. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. We do need a warehouse because I've got a room full of stuff that people have donated and it's not going to stop. Like, people love making stuff for the Huskies. And guys, this thrift shop up here on the highway, it's going to be only for the Huskies. I mean, we'll put a little space up because Pitsky will have its own little retail space. This will be for the Huskies. My niece is going to run it. I'm going to teach her how to run her own business. And yeah, look at the eyes that are going to be on our dogs. And especially if Pitsky Park will be up here, but to have something so connected to H3 right here on the highway, because that will definitely be representing H3, this space right here with the thrift shop. So hopefully that concrete won't cost more than the 5 founders I got. But yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's drive around and go that way in, and I'll show you how we're going to do the asphalt road. So USA BMX, Pitsky Brew, Snow Nose Lemonade. On the backside, Pitsky Pizza and Chester's Cheese. We've got all the things the kids can use for healthy fuel to race. So all this fence will come down. All this over here will be an asphalt parking lot. And then public bathrooms there. Track over there. Tyler's going to need some dirt when he does the concrete next week. He can use that, huh?
Yeah.
So all this is going to get cleared out. Going to build a couple, like a family compound out here. So we'll probably start some space out here. But this will be all the RV parks. So I'll need, accommodations for them as well. I'd love to be able to put cabins over here. But this is all a creek and this is all a pond. And I've got to fill this pond. Don't fall in. It's got its own ecosystem going on in there. So right through the route that Rob just took, we're going to have a road that'll go all the way through. So the RVs will come from the top there where we were and drive all the way around here, and they'll be able to exit out on the other side of the track.
Probably just put a road right straight through there, because that's where the RVs will come down.
Yeah, or I don't know. I like, they'll be fun because we can put like go-karts on them later in the when the track gets cold, our track goes cold, right? But yeah, so this will be a road, and then there's the dog park. So look, guys, the top of the USA BMX track will be right there, and those kids will get up on a 10-foot hill to start their race, and that is going to be their view. And that's how I'm going to raise awareness. Like, these kids are going to see something they weren't expecting. It opens up not just, hey, I'm going to do a big spay and neuter event. Hey, come see a bunch of Huskies. Now we've got eyes that weren't even planning on seeing this here, and it will ripple effect once it gets going, and it'll do what it's intended to do. Yes, Rob likes to hide his Lotus race cars all over the place. I really think we need another one of these. I had a video of all the dogs in there and it was full. We need another one. So I asked Mike to come get his RV and all his junk. He still has nuts. That sunset. Here. Hello. See the sunset, and I can check out all your comments. Liz, you wouldn't believe how many families want to move down here and live at H3. Winter's not happy with you? Why not? We should. Well, if you need to message me, please do. All right, let me go to the sugar bag. All right, so that was the tour of Pitsky Park. So now you can see that I'm not just talking, like it's really there. The business plan is solid, highway frontage, it would really put this place on the map and put a lot of eyes on the rescue. And then, more importantly, the urgency has gotten to, we've gotten to the point where I'm 8 years into the plan, and the original plan was for me to take a big fat loan and build something that I could retire in and take care of my family with. And I ended up rescuing first. So now I'm broke. I'm out of money. I've got a lot of debt, and it's time for me to focus on Pitsky Park, because that's where I'm going to be able to eat again, and I'm going to be able to feed my kids again. I need to get that place open. I can't keep doing this. I am not getting paid. I don't get paid from Husky Halfway House, and I'm here working, 24 hours a day, literally. And I'm out of time. So, I've got to either get this done or close up shop and get a job. So if you've been considering helping me out with the next phase, you saw it. It's real. You've seen what I've done over the years. When I bought this property in 2019, I bought it to retire and to build a dog park cafe around that tree. And the only thing that was here was that house, that garage, and the wolf den and the one next to it. Everything else has been done based on the need to get dogs into homes. Look what we've done. Look at all of this. This is not just Husky Halfway House, but stuff, money that I've invested personally. I want to get people here. I want people enjoying the sunset while adopting the dogs. And, the plan was always to make drinks and do things that support rescue. And, look what we did. We did bigger than drinks, right? This is awesome. We did this. So now I got to pay for it. And that's what Pitsky Park is meant to do. It's also meant to, take the liability off of the rescue. They don't need a coffee shop on their insurance policy, and they're not going to get one. Nobody's going to give them one. So all that has to be separate. So, that's why I say I need sponsors. This isn't something I can do with tax deductible donations, because I'm not running a 501c3 over there. Ava, she's in food coma right now. Hey girl, she looks so good. Boop. Hey baby girl. So there she is. It's a pretty thing. We'll just stand here and in her glory for a moment. Steve, how is that pup doing? You've got one of the McLaren pups, don't you? Yes, I'm looking forward to you guys coming, Roger, Christy. That'll be fun. Having Alicia here was really valuable. She took these guys to the dog park every morning, and she fed them. So that was it took at least a half an hour out of my time every day to do the 2 feedings, because she did these 2 and she did Voldemort, and then the dog park. So, you've been here a couple of times, and I can trust you with my dogs, particularly knowing that you've adopted one. I will absolutely let you go down and do dog park duty. Yeah. All right. I'm going to head back in here. This is where we started. I really appreciate all of your time and all of your views. I wanted you guys to see what I've been doing with the money and what I'm doing next. I'm super excited to write the next check for the concrete because, you know, that just takes us one step closer. I really, really wish I could just do it all at once, but that is not in the cards. Gonna have to do it the hard way. Well, that's okay. It's been awesome realizing and seeing the support coming in for, you know, the bigger picture, and not, you know, understanding why I'm pushing so hard to get there, because this is at risk. This is expensive, but we don't want this to change. In fact, I want more water features. I want another water spout over here. I'd love to have, just keep, you know, I want permanent beds inside their kennels. Then, like, every night we could go in and, like, drop their cushions, and then every morning pick them up and clean up who's torn it up. But permanent beds in there. But more importantly, I want to keep pushing for tiny homes. I mean, Always and Forever has 40. I don't even have 4 yet. So, I mean, I do have this one, Voldemort. You know, it's half the size. It's not as cute. It doesn't have a deck. It does have an air conditioner, though, see? So, it's like a fancy dog house. But you see that concrete pad over there? It's lonely, and it needs 2 more tiny homes. But, you know, the budget's gone. We do have $10,000 coming in from Voldemort. From Voldemort's winning. So I'm definitely going to push towards the tiny home from there. I don't know. I'm going to be on the lookout for, like, you know, ones that are on sale or repos and things like that. Like the kitchen, the Odin's Cookhouse. I bought that for like $1,500 back in 2020. And it was completely destroyed. I don't know if you remember the old days, but the deck was cool, but inside it was no walls, ceiling, the insulation had been torn out. It was just disgusting. But, you know, $6,000 to renovate the inside, and now we've got that awesome kitchen. So worth it. So I'm kind of looking for that, especially since Michael's going to go in and make them the way we want. They come, a lot of times you can get these they're prefab. They don't have any interior done. And I want them all to be ceramic, just like what's in the kennel. So it'll be easier to keep clean. It'll keep them healthier. So ceramic inside and up the walls of each. So that's one of the big projects that Michael's got on his to-do list, is to work on those tiny homes. So I was hoping they'd give you a howl before I let everybody go. It's just not happening. Do have that sunset, though. So yeah, no questions. Everybody just kind of kicking back and watching. Okay, good. I'm glad you like it, Patty. Yes, having the back of the shipping container facing the highway, that's going to be so cool because we'll be able to put the murals there. I want everybody driving by to know that there's a rescue full of huskies here. And I'm already picturing like huskies spanning across the whole shipping container and with like a background. And yeah, Cameo, just if you're watching, just plan on your trip now, please. We need to make that happen. Yes, it is a decent chunk of property. I was not going to buy this piece back here without that. Like I said, this property was bought to build a dog park cafe. I needed the highway frontage. And then when that piece came available and we decided to turn this into a vet clinic, I had to move me and my kids out of it. So moving up to that house, getting that house was, you know, a no-brainer. The property is attached to this one. It made the operation for USA BMX even bigger than what we planned. And now I've got a whole space where we can build an RV park. So I'm homeless again, but that's okay. I'll find something later. You know, I can put a tiny home for myself over there. I wanted to use those shipping containers and build myself a tiny home, but I think the thrift shop should prioritize. And I wanted to do it right there, but I am not going to be able to because that is legally Husky property. Because I'm going to sell that property to them at some point, and I will not be able to actually live on it. So I'll have to move to this side of the line. The line goes like right behind this tree, probably where that concrete. So that's the property line. All that back there is Husky property. And then it goes all the way down to the dog park. And then I'm going to section off this space because that's where I'm going to have, you know, like a village. And that space back there will go to Pitsky Park. So lots of lawyers, surveys, paperwork, loans, like lots of steps. That's not just, it just won't happen overnight. So Diane, who is Mandy that will be living there? So Mandy is my sister. So she's just a couple of years younger than I am. And she's at this transition in her life where, you know, she could do about anything. And when I realized that I had an opportunity to see if she wanted to come and help me build Pitsky Park, I jumped on it, and so did she. So she's got two beautiful daughters. They're older. You guys are going to love them. They're going to do our live videos and our live auctions, and they're going to start the thrift shop. They're the ones that are going to run the thrift shop, and they're going to just really do a great job. I can already feel it. I already know it. So they are going to be the ones that you guys see, you know, pulling the raffle tickets, and at least I want them to. I offered that to them, and it sounded like they would do it. So we'll see. We'll see. So yes, family. I decided that, you know, I would give it one more shot here. You know, no more Mike and Melissa's, no more people living on the property, particularly, you know, under a contract or anything like that. Just screw that. Nope. It's time for the village, the real thing. So I'm bringing the real family in, and, you know, we'll see. Yeah, there's a couple cars in there, Lee. A couple. They're race cars, though. Flipping through the comments. Yes, Rob is a collector. You saw that. You saw the race cars. That's what we did back in California. I had decided that I had enough of that, and at that time we were discussing divorce. So, you know, just kind of ended up, some of them over here. I am really enjoying watching my teenage son, Sebastian, enjoy the cars the way that Rob does. They have he's got his mini me. They're rebuilding Teslas together. They bought all those cars and they rebuild them and they flip them. They buy another one, and that's how they make their money. So that's fine. In the meantime, my 17-year-old drives because, you know, they go on the hunt for these cars that need work and can do things that are just a regular small town shop can't do. I was able to pick up a Tesla that has free supercharging, and my 17-year-old, who drives 3 hours a day, 4 days a week to go to Tulsa, that was an investment that I couldn't refuse. So, you know, having some car skills like that. So, but that's what we do. That's what we did before Huskies. And in fact, my own Huskies spent a lot of time at the racetracks. A lot of time when they were puppies. We took them to the racetrack, and then I got sick of that and wanted to build a dog park cafe. So sold everything and moved to Oklahoma. Well, gosh, guys, they're not going to give you a howl. All right. Well, that sun is down. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I don't even have a husky over here to hug because they're all hiding in corners and chilling and trying to stay out of the heat. So since my huskies are hiding, I'm sure yours are sitting right next to you. Do me a huge favor and hug them. Thank you so much for your time and for following me around on this tour. And if you feel, you know, like you want to step up and help, reach out because you see what I'm going to do with it. And, you know, in the that's why right there. Right there. All right, guys.